Thank you so much for helping to record. And thank you so much, everyone, for coming back. This is ACI 4. We are into class 9. Today we will do chapter 8. Today is 27th of March, 2025. So let's start with setting our motivation. So I invite you to close your eyes. Sit up straight. Focus on our breath for a while. Just observe your breath until you hear from me again. I invite you to think about the challenges in your life right now. And think about the perfect world you would like to see. And know that what we are going to learn in the class will help us to get from where we are right now, point A, to where we want to be, point B, the perfect world. It's possible because things are empty. They're coming from our mental seats. And make a commitment that you will use what we are going to learn today in some way to help create this perfect world. And let's hold this motivation in our mind that will underlie our conversation today. Maybe you can open your eyes. Okay. So I want to do a quick recap where we are. Class 6. Class 6, we learned let me show you the slide first. Class 6, we learned, if you remember, the reasoning. I bow down to the one who turned correct, the one who helps all being, teacher, the one gone to bliss, and our protector. Now we say that the first cause is great compassion, the seed for us to reach omniscience. And then come this Charvaka school. The Charvakas would be the ancient, the Hindu school in ancient India. And they say, no way. They say, no way you can have this great compassion, develop this great compassion, because your mind died when your body died. Yeah. So they say no way, and they give 3 reasons. That the mind is the quality of the body, the mind depends on the body, the mind is a result of the body. And because of that, that leads us to class chapter 7 and 8. Okay, so chapter 7 and 8 is where we are trying to investigate where our mind comes from. Where our mind come from. So are we looking at the right place or not? Are we looking at the right place? Maybe yes, maybe no. So chapter 7, we did last week, right? Chapter 7 is on Kedrok-J's presentation to find where our mind come from through a process of elimination to help us to come to know, to come to the conclusion where our mind come from. And something very, very important from class 7 would be we come to the conclusion that the mind cannot come from something physical, because the result do not resemble the cause. Because of the Ngelen Gi, remember? Ngelen Gi, the concept. Okay, so that is the main thing, the very main idea behind all these things that we are learning, where the mind comes from. Okay, so that is Kedrok-J's presentation. Okay, we go through elimination, and come to the aha, wow, that proves that we have past and future lives. Okay, and this class, chapter 8, we will continue to investigate where our mind comes from. But this time we will have Master Dharmakirti leading us, the 10 proof. We will do 6 proof in chapter 8, another 4 proof in the next class. I look at today's content, I think I have the time. So I want to start off with something different. Okay, I'm going to break you into 2 groups. One will, okay, is it? Oh, I hang. Okay.
So
Because we
your
are going.
face today like blur, blur, blur. Oh, my eyes got problem.
Today blur blur. Today different
Very
seats.
fair, very fair. You
Okay,
make
but
up.
can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, can hear you.
Can okay. Oh, nice seeing you, Jackney. I hope you got your laptop repaired. Yeah. Thanks for coming back. So today I want to break into two groups. One will be defending that no, like Chavakas, you will take the position of the Chavakas. You are going to say, no way, there is no past and future lives. Okay. Then another group will say, no, there's a past and future lives. Okay, let's divide that. Okay. No worries. You don't have to really debate openly. Okay. You just need to find one reason only. So easy, right? You can unmute or type later on. Okay. You just need to say one reason why you think that there is a past and future lives, or why you think there is no past and future lives. So I'm going to divide into two groups. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, Sister Jaslyn listen in only. Okay. So let me see. Emerald, turn off camera. Okay, but can you speak or not? Emerald and Lynn, can you speak or not? If you can speak or type, then I will include you.
Yes, I can speak.
Oh, Lynn can speak. Okay, good. Okay, Emerald also can speak and type. All right. So let's make it this way, easier to divide. Okay. We need the man. Raymond will take one group. Okay. Oh no, I think let's make it this way. And let me not mention it this way. Let me see. No, like I give you all better, easier that way. Otherwise, later everybody will take one side only. Okay, I'll share the screen of your name. Let me see. Raymond, oh, Jaslyn is not here, so I take away Jaslyn's name. Rache, Zane. Then we have Angela. KL Wong is not here. Lynn and Emerald. Jackney is here. Jenny is not here. Aisu is here. Did I miss out anybody? Let me see, did I miss out anybody? Jackney is here. Okay, so I need to move one person over. Let's move Jackney here. Okay, so Raymond, you will take the position of Chavrakas. And then Zane will take the position that there is past and future life. You will be like Master Dhammakriti or Kedrop J. Okay, so Raymond will say that there is no past and future life. Okay, this group, okay, I give you 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes time. You can think about that, then you can unmute or type in the chat.
You are muted.
Okay, thanks. Don't type
Oh,
first, Don't type first, I want to hear from the Chavaka school first. The
Chavaka.
Chavakas. Let's fight for that, okay? Chavakas, you can unmute or you can
Chavaka.
type. Mention about your position, why you think, no way, come on. There is no past and future lives. Come on, the floor is yours.
Come on, there's no past and future life. What we are talking? You need to have body, then you have mind. Without body, how can you have a mind? How can the mind stand alone?
Yes,
I mean,
seems
the mind still around, me. It's still around. They can communicate with me. Yeah.
very good, Angela. Okay, I kind of want to buy your story. Yeah, it's true. No body already. You don't have a body. You have to have the mind. You cannot communicate with the body.
Yeah.
Did you say that right?
Yes.
Okay, good. I kind of buy that. I like that. Okay, next. One another person to defend. I want to read from. Yes, Raymond.
Okay. Actually, no past life because of based on scientific approach, it's because of the egg and the sperm. Okay. And sometimes why the children never resemble the parents' character, because they still got the grandparent and their ancestor. So it due to that, it doesn't mean anything.
Okay, very good. I like that. He said that because of science already show us that there is no past and future lives. Yeah. Okay, I kind of buy that. Yeah, we study in school, the sperm and the egg come from that, right? The body, then only you have a mind. Okay. So let's read from Rache's one, huh? She said, no scientific proof. Yeah, lah. There's no proof. Can somebody prove to me? No way. There's no memories of past life. I love that. Okay. I don't remember my past life. If there is past life, obviously, surely I will remember, isn't it? But why I don't remember means that there isn't any past life. I like that point. Time is linear. Okay, that's how my experience is. I buy that. Okay. Okay, who is the other person? One more Chavakas. Let me see. I remember it's Lin, right? If I'm not mistaken. Let me check.
Yes. Lim. It's Lim.
Lin, okay, good. Yeah. Lin, do you need more time or you
Yes.
defend?
I am Javaskis.
Yeah, Chavaka. Yeah, you say there's no past
Javaska.
and future life.
Yes. I think there are no future and future life and past life, because when the body die, the mind die too. Yes, and we can remember if we have a past life. Why we don't remember about the past life? Yeah.
Okay, good. I like that. So she mentioned 2 points. One is she said that when the body died, the mind died. I cannot access the mind. I cannot talk to the person anymore. Obviously, the person is no more around. The mind already died. So that is her point, right? Okay. So her second point would be, you say we cannot remember our past life. If I have a past life, obviously I'll be able to know I have a past life. Yeah, I love that. Yay, very good discussion. Yeah, I kind of buy that, isn't it? Wow, these chavakas, they're very good, huh? They're very good. In fact, I want to mention about something. Kashila, when he was studying in the monastery, he was the best defender for the chavakas. He took the position of chavakas. Yeah. And I want to add one more thing. Okay, I remember in my teacher training, I say, if there is past and future life, yeah. Is there anybody who see it before? Have you seen it before? Anybody? Anybody? Nobody, right? So, you don't have a past and future lives. Okay, that's another point to add. Okay, so let's refresh our, just think about, now we have to change position already. Give me 30 seconds, You have to think about, somebody have to defend that there's a past and future lives. Okay, 30 seconds, to change the position, change gear. Okay, come on. Okay, Jay, she take the position of there is past and future life. She say, because there are seeds that lead us to what we experience in this life. If not, why we grew up in different body and different place and different family background, what caused that? Yeah, very good one. Yes, that is the point. In fact, in the today, in our class, if I'm not mistaken, I'll bring up this one as well. And when we plant good seeds, it seems that that they ripen too. Oh, okay. So in her experience, like you plant these seeds, you get this thing. Kind of like give her, if I do this, I get this. So obviously, that means that we can plan our future life. That's why our future life is different. Everybody have a different body, different place, different family background. Very good point. Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, how do you explain that you have different body, different place, different family background, different resources? Yeah. And through experience, they can plant seeds, can see the result. Okay, I buy that. Okay. Yeah. Since we can plant this and we can get that, then we can also plant something for our future lives. Okay. Next will be, good job, Jay. Zane says, in the law of karma, actions have moral consequences. It implies that not all the effects manifest in a single lifetime. Okay. Karma requires multiple lifetimes. Okay, very good. That is in ACI 5. So there is past and future lives. If there is no multiple lifetime, no one have the chance to reach Buddhahood. Exactly, that is the main thing, you see. We have a Buddha. Okay. So we need time to clear all our negative and gather the good. Yeah. Okay, this is like from the authority, from the authority, based on authority. Yay. Okay, if not, then you can do what you want to do. Why bother to study so much? Just enjoy. Okay, so the defender, somebody sell us the story that we have past and future lives. You can say either we have past or we have future lives. Either way will do.
Okay,
Lynn?
teacher,
Okay, yeah, I saw.
So let's say we take identical twins. They have the same genetic profile. And if they live in the same family with the same upbringing, but certainly they should have the same personality, same talents, right? Because identical twins genetically, same upbringings actually. But how come we can have twins that can completely different? They raised in the same family, maybe one very quiet and one is very rebellious. They are completely different actually. And we also have many cases that you see children, okay, I play piano, and there are certain like techniques, you need to practice for 10 years, like a performance diploma standards, then you can reach there, right? But how come you see kids that 5 years old can achieve that? So I think it's very clear that if it's based on science cannot explain. So only way to explain is there's past life that allow, so there are past karma and past life that bring forward to this life, that allow them to have special talent and allow them to have certain seeds that open differently despite their identical twins, grow up in the same environment and same family. So the same thing applies, like if there's no past life and future life, so that's a innate inequality in the world. So how can you explain the Palestinian children that's dying compared to someone who is living in Malaysia, Singapore? Why are they born that way? Why certain child is born with cancer while they have healthy parents and they don't have any family members traced in the past, maybe 8 generations, no one has cancer. But how come this 2-year-old child has cancer? So I feel the only way that we can explain is because there's karma, that seeds planted, and the world is fair. The world is fair in this term. That's for me.
Very good. I saw you can become a teacher. You have a gift of a speech. If I got more time, I want to debate you on that. Okay. Who is the last person? Okay. One more person.
Yes, this is me.
Yeah, Emerald.
Because everyone say that when the body dies, the mind dies, right? But
Yeah.
we cannot see the mind. We can touch or see them directly. And how can we know that the mind is already died, follow the body? Mm. And there are and so there are some in this world there are many people, right? They young and they remember some places. They remember some events in the past life, and even there are some places they never been there before, but they know exactly details in that place and can tell a full story to honor people, many things in that place. And also so the third one, see that there are some realized master. They tell about the story about the life after death, the battle, and the world in the battle. And it means that they can see directly and they can see that many world is it the same along with our world. It means that there are many life. We move from current life to another life. And the last one, because of the law of karma, and every day we plant many seeds, and a good seed and bad seeds, right? And the seeds will open, and the small seeds will come to a big tree. And so 20 one satna is 64 seeds planted and 24/7. So during the time we live, we plant many seeds. So just it's multiple to many seeds. So until we die, the seeds we planted cannot be used, cannot be ended. And where do they go? Where do those seeds, those still seeds, go when we die? So it must be that seeds ripen and push us to another life.
Okay,
I
you
hope
all
that
have a gift of a speech, huh? Excellent. Wow, all great debater, man. Okay, so she said, yeah, you cannot see. You cannot see doesn't mean that there is no future life, right? That's one proof I would say. If you've never seen a king, does that mean that the king never exists? So that is my debate also, that during that time, you don't see doesn't mean that there isn't it, right? Okay. So then the second point that you mentioned about, some people who remember their past life, we have those like Tuku from young, you can see that they exhibit certain very extraordinary, like Aisu mentioned about the piano, something very extraordinary, they can kind of like Kashila said, if you have touched the diamond world, like when you are around, I don't know how many years old teenager, you kind of like something just shift inside you. So I like what Emerald mentioned, but she make it so long. I have to summarize that. The third one will be she mentioned about the seats, where the seats go, right? Yeah, very great debater. And one last person, is it Jackney? Can you just give 1 point? Can you just say 1 point why you think that we have past or future life? I really don't have any idea. Don't have any idea. Remember the car I mentioned? What happened to the car when the car broke down? I remember. Did the driver die? When your car broke down on the road, did the driver of the car also die? Yes or no? No, right? So the driver can come out, right? Right, the driver can come out. So just prove to them that, you sit there. Okay. Okay, great job. Okay, let me see one more message here. Lynn mentioned about a broken light bulb, but the electricity still exists. Yeah, exactly. See, you cannot access the body. Doesn't mean that you just can prove that you cannot access the body. You cannot prove that the mind died. Yeah, that is the point. Excellent. You are a good job, huh? Okay, so now we are ready to begin Master Dharma Kirtis. Today we are going to do the sixth proof. Okay, Master Dharma Kirtis, all his proof 1 to 10 is based on Ngelen Gigyu. What is the Ngelen Gigyu? We mentioned about the principle that the result must resemble the cause. The result must resemble the cause. The result have to come from something earlier of a similar type. So the two key point. Actually, if you remember last week, we learned about Ngelen Gigyu. There are three main things actually. One is we say that it is the stuff, the thing that flop over, that turn into the result. 1. 2, the result then have to resemble the material cause. In conclusion, things have to come from something earlier of a similar type. So this is the basic principle underlying Master Dharma Kirti's argument for the past and future lives. Okay? Yeah. So if you see a baby, a newborn baby, they have a mind. So where the mind come from? Based on Master Dharma Kirti's all the argument, on the basic principle is it has to come from something earlier of a similar type, which means that they come from something similar, means another state of mind before that. Okay, this is your question number 1, okay? Then question number 2 will be, when you look at the baby, a newborn baby, what can you observe? What are the things that we can see? Want to just guess? Want to type in the chat? When I see a newborn baby, what are the characteristics that I can see? You want to just try? See how much, maybe how close you are to Master Dharma Kirti's 3 characteristics. If you have anything to type, you can type. I see that the baby is you want to guess? What are the things that we observe a newborn baby? 3 characteristics. You can just guess. No, nobody want to guess?
Sorry, what's the question again? Just I was attending to my mom. What's the question again?
Okay, let's see the newborn baby. They have certain characteristics that we can observe. Okay, Tin say breathing. Good, excellent. You can see the baby is breathing, number 1. Number 2, Zain say pure and empty. Great, you can, yeah, pure and empty. Rache said the baby is the result of a cause. Okay, baby have a mind. Yes, good, have a mind. Okay, so let's look at how close we are to Master Dharma Kirti's. What kind of characteristic? You're all correct, but what he is trying, the 3 characteristics. Oh, I see Ellen is here. Baby is sleeping peacefully. Oh, hi, Ellen. Baby has soul also. That one. Okay. Baby smile peacefully. I like that. JD say that shows that the baby has a mind, isn't it? The baby is responding to the environment. They have a functioning mind. Okay, what I want to tell you will be, okay, so Master Dharma Curtis observed that there are 3 characteristics in a newborn baby. They are, number 1, breathing, like what Lin said, breathing. Number 2, they have living tissue, sense power. Sense power, we put it under living tissue. So 1 and 2, we can take it as they have a life. They have a life. And then number 3, Lin mentioned about a functioning mind. Jay also mentioning a mind. Let me see the message. They know how to drink milk. You no need to teach them how to hold it. Okay. So just like I mentioned about the 3 again. What is that? Observe that they are breathing. Lin say, you can see that they're breathing. Okay. 2, they have sense power. The sense power, we take it as living tissue. So 1 and 2, just now I mentioned, we take it as a life. There is a life there. We can see there is a life. And number 3 would be a functioning mind. Functioning mind, yes. Angela and Jay say correctly. The baby responds to the environment. You can see that the baby has a functioning mind in a way that they start to have anxiety and they cry. Yeah? Or they smile at you. Okay, so this is in question number 2. This one very important. You have to memorize hello now immediately. Question number 2. Master Dhammakirti lists out 3 characteristics that must have involved a previous life. Name that. Number 1, breathing. 2, sensory, functioning sensory power, which means the living tissue. And A and B means that there is a life. Your生命, life. Then number 3, functioning mind. The mind is functioning. How you know the mind is functioning? You can see that the baby display anxiety and then they cry or they smile at you. They can kind of respond. So what are they? I want you to say it out or in your mind. Just say, okay, you need to remember these 3 because we are going to use that in the proof 1, 2, and 3. We are going to continue to use that. What is that? The baby. You can see that it's breathing. Got sense power. Sense power means living tissue. And 1 or 2 means that they have life, 生命. And then the 3, they have a mind. You can see the baby smile or they cry. They cry, isn't it? They have a mind. You can see that they display that. They display anxiety. They display this one. Respond to the environment. So 1, 2, 3. Can you get it?
Don't disturb her lah. She want to sleep. I quickly bring her to sleep.
Okay, so we are going to use that. The first proof of Master Dhammakirti's proof. Say, take those 3. What are the 3 just now we mentioned? Breathing, living tissue, and the mind. They did not come from something not similar. There is a double negative here. They do not come from something not similar. Why? Because the baby has it now. Angela, you have to mute yourself. Let me see, how can I mute her? To mute her. Can I mute her? Cannot, I cannot mute her. The admin have to mute her. Okay, so the double negative is very important in our lineage. Do not try to, you can try to understand, oh, they come from something similar. Okay, you can try to understand that one. But when you learn, you try to always include the double negative, okay? The Sheila says, if you don't know the thing, do not change it. Don't try to fix it. You don't know why it's there, but you will know. when the time comes.
living tissue mind.
Okay. So I give you 30 seconds to memorize this. Take those three. What are they?
Living tissue.
Breathing, living tissue, and the mind. Okay. They do not come from something not similar. They do not, there's one not there. Come from something not similar because they have it now. Okay, the double negative is in the next slide. They do not come from something not of similar type. They do not come from something not similar. Okay, the double negative is very important. Don't take it away. So what is the first proof? Somebody want to tell me now? Take those three. The double negative. They do not come from something not similar.
Must be
They
something.
do not come from something not similar because they have it now. I tell you, this one, if when I was a student, you tell me like that, I won't be able to remember. I go and draw picture, then only I remember. It's like the gacha, you know. You have to cancel that. So in my mind now, I already have that picture, so I know I cancel that. I know what is it referring to. But if I hear like that, I'm not very smart, you know. I cannot get it, you know. So you can memorize after the class, but let's just try and learn it now. So take those three. They do not come from something not similar because the baby has it now. I can see the baby has it now. Why the baby has it now? They cannot come from something not similar. Remember Master Dharmakirti's underlying principle in all his argument, we say, based on Ngeleng Gigyu, that they have to come from something similar before it. The result have to resemble the cause. Okay, so it's always go back to that one. Okay, so that is the first proof. Proof number 2. Take those three again. What are those three? Breathing, living tissue, and a functioning mind. Okay. They did not come from the 4 elements alone. Somebody have to mute. Who is that? Somebody have to mute. Who is that? Who is that? Okay. Take the 3. They did not come from the 4 elements alone. I like to highlight the word alone because they come from something earlier of a similar type. See, it's coming back to the Ngeleng Gigyu. Can you see that or not? Coming back from the Ngeleng Gigyu. Take those 3. They do not come from the 4 elements alone. Alone is the keyword there for me because they come from something earlier of a similar type. So why I want to highlight the word alone? Okay, we know that those 4 elements are present, isn't it? We mentioned in the last class, right? In the previous class. They are there, They are there. But are they the Ngeleng Gigyu? Are they the one that flop over into the result? No, Raymond said no. Can see Raymond shaking his head. They are the Kian. They provide the condition, okay, for the mind, but they are not the thing that flop over into the result. Why? We say the 4 elements are not the same. What are the 4 elements? Elements are physical things that are not like the mind. Correct or not? You look at the mind. What are the characteristics of the mind? Clear and aware. Clear and aware. You cannot see the mind. You cannot touch the mind, you cannot taste the mind, you cannot hear the mind, you cannot cut the mind, you cannot locate the mind, you cannot weigh the mind. Where is the mind? Mind is clear and aware. Okay, so the four elements do not resemble the mind at all. So let's look at the four elements. We did this in the previous class, Sa Chu Me Long. Sa Chu Me Long. Right, we say the earth, water, fire, and air, they are the basic energy underlying all physical matter. All physical matter, they have all these four elements. They have all the four elements in some degree. In some degree, they have. Okay, we mentioned about Sa, the hardness, the energy behind the hardness. Water, the energy behind wetness. Fire, the energy behind heat. Air, the energy behind lightness and moving. So earth, Sa, is the solidity. Chu, the water, wetness. Me, the heat. And Long is the air, the lightness and moving. So why we come back to this one? Because the mind, is the mind solid? Are the mind solid?
Where?
No. Are the mind wet? No. Are the mind hot? No. Are the mind light? No. So you can see that, go back to just now the proof. Take those three. What are the three? Breathing, living tissue, and the mind. They do not come from the four elements alone, because they come from something earlier of a similar type. You can see the four elements are not the similar type. Correct or not? The four elements, just now we go through the four elements, they are not the similar type. Okay, but then we see the elements there when the mind start. When the mind start, I can see the four elements are there. So are they ngelen gigi or not? No, because they are not similar. They don't resemble. They don't resemble the mind. Good luck to you, Ellen. You join in class 8. Okay. Okay. So think about that for a minute now. Just now that one is quite I give you 30 seconds to think about this and try to this one, proof number 2. I give you a minute to think about that. For me, I like to recap proof 1 and proof 2. Are you able to follow the logic? Can you type 1 in the chat if you're still okay? don't expect to know everything, but you will say, oh, I'm still quite okay with that. Maybe I need to, memorize that one. That one is fine. I just plant seed in your mind, Ellen. Yeah. Great. Come and sit in all the time, not once in a while. Okay, Zane says surviving. Okay, if you can still follow the logic. I tell you what, when I learned this proof 1 to 10, I got a shock, to be very honest. I got a shock when I was very curious. I was so excited now when I heard of what the teacher said. I almost want to bang sun. I want to faint. Is that all? But you have to cook on that. Okay. Then nobody want to respond, want to tell me. So okay, now okay, you can cook on that later on. Okay, I move to the proof number 3. Proof number 3 is easy. Proof number 3 is easy already. Take those 3. What are those 3? Just now, what are those 3? Breathing, living tissue, and a functioning mind. They did not come from the elements alone. See, again, the alone. Because the elements are not a living being. Elements are not a living thing, obviously, I know, okay? Yeah. So that is fine. This is easy. Okay, normally elements, they always they always say chemicals, they say rocks. When they say rocks, it's like insulting my mind. Sometimes when I hear they say rocks, I feel that they are like insulting my intelligence. Of course, I know rocks are not coming from rocks. Okay. So basically, they're talking about chemicals, isn't it? Like the 4 elements, like enzymes, like H2O, hydrogen, what la, all those things. So the elements, they are not a living thing. So they cannot come from those. Okay, so this one I think should be okay. They are not living thing. This is easy. Of course, I know they are not living thing. Yeah. So I can eliminate that easily. Okay, so the next one, take the mind. Now, 1, 2, 3, they say take those 3. From proof number 4, they say take the mind. It is not something which do not cross into the next line. Double negative again. Take the mind. It is not something which do not cross into the next life. Because the mind has the ability to continue itself. I was struggling with this one for so long. Finally, I got it. Today, I put back at this. I usually put proof 4 behind, but now I put back to where it is because I finally understand. Okay, so right now, I can see that my mind continue. Correct or not? You agree, right? Now we know that the mind continue. We talked about that in the previous class. The mind stream continue. If not, why we send our kids to school? Right? So the mind has the ability to continue itself. And the mind is continuing itself for so many years. Why suddenly it is different? Why suddenly the mind lost the basic characteristic to continue? So no way. So we think that the mind can continue. When you cannot access the mind when the body died, doesn't mean that the mind cannot continue. You get the argument? Again, I rephrase. The mind stream continue, right? We say, yeah, the mind stream continue. Okay, we agree with that. Science, yeah. And we send our kids to school, the mind stream continue. So the mind has the ability to continue itself. I can see that. And the mind has been continuing itself for so many years, like a spaghetti, a long spaghetti. Yeah. And then why any different? When at the point when I die, after years and years and years, my ability can continue and create the next awareness, the next awareness, the next awareness. My mind has the ability to continue itself. Continue, 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 continue. Why suddenly my mind lost the basic characteristic? So no, isn't it? You cannot access the body doesn't mean the mind is not continuing. When the car breaks down, the driver can come out. Okay, so Ellen say, yeah, it's true. That's what I say. That's why they're trying to say. That's why they're trying to say. So they're trying to prove to you that the mind has the ability to continue itself. So when I cannot access, like what Lin say, like the body dead, right? I cannot access the mind, but I can only prove that I cannot access the mind, but I cannot prove that the mind also died. If the mind already can continue itself for so many years all the time, the mind shouldn't continue. Why would it be different? Why would it lose its basic characteristics? Yeah, buy a new car. Let's say buy a new car. Transform and turn yourself into a different parts. I like the transformer. I remember I watched a cartoon somewhere, like the thing go inside, then they start moving, So get a new different spare parts lah. A better one. Angela say, who can prove the mind continue? That's why we are doing the 10 proof. Kedrup J, 10%. We keep on, working on that to help ourselves. We use logic. We cannot see with our eyes, remember? Hidden reality, the second reality. We use deductive reasoning. By using deductive reasoning, if we prove to ourselves, then it is as good as we see it with our own eyes. Yeah. So all these proof help us, like eliminate this, help us to come to understand better. Okay, Ellen. Okay, the three reality is in class 2. Okay, so this is in proof 4. Okay, so they are trying to throw the question to us and ask us and let us think about that line, yeah. Maybe we don't buy the story also. It's okay. Yeah, you don't have to buy the story immediately. I don't buy it also. It took years and years and years for me to finally see why they want to say like that, I don't understand why they say like this, And sometimes it looks like, that is a proof. That doesn't prove anything to me. I don't have the good seeds. They say, they say some people, when they hear it, they get it, they understand it, but not for me. That is not my situation. Okay. Okay, proof number 5. Take the elements. They are not the cause of the tree. What are the three? Breathing, living tissue, and the mind. Because there should never be cases where the elements fail to cause the tree. If the elements are the cause of the tree, then there should not be cases where the elements fail to cause the tree. Do you get what they mean? If the elements are really the cause of the tree, each time I put the elements together, then I should be able to create or cause a mind. But that is not the case, right? Sometimes they don't happen. Why? That shows that that is not the cause.
Teacher Rich, you are talking about the cause, the tree. Are you referring to the just how we mentioned the breathing, living tissue and the functioning mind, right?
Yes.
You're referring to this tree, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So that tree, if the elements are the cause, then if we put the elements together, yes, like you put all the elements in the same composition, yeah, you put the mind in the same proportion, the chemical elements, then you should be able to create the mind. don't we? But that is not what is happening. Sometimes they come together and create a life. Sometimes they don't. So that shows that that is not the ngelan gigyu. That is not the material cause that flop over and turn into the result. And it happened to be there. I can see the elements there when the mind start, but it is not the cause, the material cause. Okay, let's read this from the reading. I find this for you in the reading. So if the power and the mind and such could ever occur just from the elements without depending each upon something of their own type, which came before them, then all of them, the elements, should change into a living being in the same way as one of them had changed into a living being. For there exists no difference between them. So each time you put the four elements together, you should be able to have a mind. Pop, pop, pop. You should get a mind. There should not be a case where the elements fail to cause the tree. I like what Rache asked. If element is the cause, then the mind will be all the same because of the element. Excellent. Wow, that is a very good point, isn't it? If we come from the elements, then we should be the same. Why we have that kind of difference, right? Different intelligence, different body, different what, all these things, right? So it makes us think there must have something, there must be something else, something very suspicious. Where they can't be just coming from the four elements alone. Remember the keyword alone. That's why they have the word alone there. And then we have the last proof number 6. Proof number 6. Take the elements again. They are not the cause of the tree. What tree? Which tree? Breathing, living tissue, and a functioning mind. Because multiple elements would cause multiple people. To be very honest, I don't understand what they're trying to say here. I don't understand what they're trying. I read here for so long, also I cannot understand this part now. Okay. And I was looking and read the reading again and again. I read so many times, also I cannot understand. I read the notes. I listen to the audio recording so many times, I cannot understand what are they trying to say on this part, you see. And I can tell you what it is. Not to say I understand very well on that. Okay, I can show you this one again. And Kashila, in his audio, his previous teaching, he didn't really explain much on that. He just say one thing. If you take birth only through the four elements and without the ngelan gigyu, without something coming from something similar before it, then why only have one mind and not 10 mind? This is what Kashila says. So I'm quoting him. Why only get one mind and not 10 mind? You have a lot of elements inside, isn't it? Why only we have one mind? Like, and not 10 mind. And then that's all he said that already. That's all. He didn't explain on that, is it? Yeah. And then I go and see other teachers teaching. They didn't mention about this also. Okay. So if the elements, they cannot be the cause of the tree because multiple elements would cause multiple people instead of why you only have one mind and not 10 mind. So finally, I understand a little bit better. So those are the 6 proofs, but they don't come out in your They never come out in your homework. Lucky, yeah. Okay. And the one come out in your homework is this one. Give 3 reasons why the 3 characteristics don't come from the elements. The 3 characteristics are, what are the 3 characteristics again? Breathing, living tissue, and a mind. They don't come from the elements. Wait, now I come back to what is in the chat. Okay, let me finish this one. Okay, so these are the 3. You know how I remember that? How I connect to the proof? Okay, I want to show you how I connect to the proof. Do you still remember proof 1 and 2? Anybody remember proof 1 and 2? Can somebody tell me proof 1 and 2 now? Yeah. Can somebody want to tell me? Can you just unmute and tell me what is the proof number 1? Consider those 3, then what happened? The double negative.
They did not come from not similar type.
Very good. They do not come from something not similar type. Very good. Why? Because, remember, I show you the baby. Because the baby have it now. I can see it now. Okay. Oh, it took me so long to memorize all these things, you know. I memorized those things. But when I was student, I never memorized that. Because then I have to go and memorize that, you know. Well, I mean, that's so crazy, you know, because you cannot see the connection, the dot, you see. But it's so hard, man.
Teacher Rich, just now you, Teacher Rich, just now your hand raised up, ma. What are you trying to tell?
Did I raise my hand? Maybe I want to
see your hand
emphasize
raised.
something. I think Emerald is good. I say the answer is correct. Very good. You're very observant. So you're like Dharmakati. You observe that there are 3 characteristics. Okay. And those 3 characteristics, take those 3. They do not come from something not similar. Because the baby have it now. The baby have it now. They cannot come from something not similar. Okay. Then proof number 2. Take those 3. Who can tell me second proof? Somebody please tell me.
I heard something, if I'm not wrong, I remember if 2 is negative, 3 will be negative also. If number 2 is negative, number 3 will be negative also. Something like that.
Oh, she's trying to prove on her own. Very good. You can go back and play around with that. Okay, 1, 3 apply to 1. If 3, then 2. If not 2, then not 3. Okay, but right now I want to know Master Dharmakati's second proof. Who can tell me? Take those 3.
Proof is do not come from the 4 elements alone.
They do not come from the
4 elements alone.
very good. They do not come from 4 elements alone because
They
Because
come
they
from
come
similar type.
yes, they come from something earlier of a similar type. Okay, they come from something earlier of a similar type, which is Ngelengigu. Okay, if you notice that proof 1 and 2, they're about the same, isn't it? Did you notice that or not? They are trying to tell you that they come from something earlier of a similar type. Okay, so that is, I want to connect the dot for you. So proof and 1 and 2 would relate to this one, C. The 3 characteristics must come from something earlier of a similar type. Okay, so the reason why the 3 characteristics cannot come from the element would be the 3 characteristics must come from something earlier of a similar type. They have to come from Ngelengigu. The result have to resemble the cause. The result have to come from something similar before it. Are you okay for the C? C, okay. Okay, see, okay, yeah. I'm trying to help you to connect the dot. So that's the first reason. Ngalang gigyu. Okay, proof 1 and 2. Then proof 3 and 4. Who can tell me proof 3 and 4? Proof 3 and 4. 3 is the one easy one. Remember, I told you the 3 is very easy.
Take the mind. It is not something which does not cross into the next life.
That one is number 4.
Because of the mind, or number 4.
Number 3 is the easiest one. I love number 3. When I learn, I only remember number 3 because number 3 is so easy. Take those 3 again.
Take those
Yes,
3.
yes, correct. Zain is correct. Yeah, take those 3. They do not come from the elements alone because the elements are not living thing. Okay, so 3 and 4, they are talking about living thing. Okay, for me, this is how this is how I try to understand, because for me, when I learn something, I need to see the connection, right? If I don't see the connection, I cannot remember when I was trying, I will put there, I put a question mark for a long, long time. So finally, I see the connection. I'm so happy, is it? A little bit more. Okay. And then what about number 4 will be like what Angela said, take the mind. Now you take the mind. It's something to do with the living also, that they can continue, isn't it? Right? Yeah, take the mind.
That's not take the mind ability to, okay, because it's not something which does not cross into the next life.
Yes.
This one a bit I don't quite understand this one. Say it is
Correct.
something not cross into next life. Then after that, I say because of my ability to continue itself. This one a bit contradicting, right?
Okay, I explain one more time. Last time I don't understand, but I finally understand. Now I notice that if you look at 1, 2, and 3, you cannot understand. You have to look at 1, then 3, then only 2, then you understand easier. As I take the mind, right? Take the mind. I show you the slide again. I also cannot understand. I say, what they put here? I don't understand. I threw it away. See, last time I said, oh, why I don't know why it's there. Why suddenly they put this proof for no reason? Now I know why. Because 3 and 4, they have something to do with living thing. Take the mind. It is not something which do not cross into the next life because of the mind's ability to continue itself. If you read like that, for me, I cannot understand. So to understand, I want to look at it, the mind, 1 and 3. The mind has the ability to continue itself. Do you agree now? First thing, I want to talk about. The mind has the ability to continue itself. You look at it this way first. Yeah, that's why I send my kids to school, right? That's why I remember what I learned last week about Nyalan Gigyu. We have a mind stream, like a spaghetti. Okay, the mind stream, we have a mind stream. So, okay. Then, go back to this one. The mind has the ability to continue itself, right? So, what makes you think that suddenly, why suddenly the mind cannot continue? The mind has the ability to continue itself. We already confirmed, isn't it? Why suddenly any different? After so many years and years and years, I live until don't know how many years, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years. The mind has always have the ability to continue itself. Why suddenly different? Why suddenly the mind lose the basic characteristic to continue? You get what I mean or not? So the mind, it is not something which does not cross into the next life, which means that they do cross into the next life because the mind has the ability to continue itself. I think because of the double negative is the one that is killing me, you see, when I was learning the, so you try to put it positive for you to understand, positive, okay, understand. Yeah, but don't take out the double negative, okay? The double negative you cancel is for you to understand, but do not say, I learn it in a positive way. Never do that. Okay, Angela? Oh, where's Angela? She went missing. Oh, just now I want to ask her whether she understand or not. The mind has the ability to continue, right? All the time, continue, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years. Then why suddenly cannot continue? What makes you cannot continue? Of course, the mind can continue itself because the mind has the ability to continue itself. Okay?
So the
Yeah. Now your turn to freeze, Angela. Or my turn to freeze. I don't know.
is double
I see that you're
negative
not.
and positive lah. Negative,
Yeah, for you to
negative become
understand,
positive.
if that helps you to understand, but never take out, like Kashila said, never take out the double negative. I remember when you learn emptiness, it's also in double negative. Never take that out. I remember a long time ago when I first started as a student, I got a senior student who is much, much better than me. But then I think her progress stopped there because she take out the double negative. Emptiness is not a positive thing. Emptiness is the lack of something there. Yeah. So maintain the double negative, but when I learn, I take out the double negative initially as a student, beginner. I take out the
Today
double
the
negative
IT,
to understand.
IT is lacking.
Huh?
Teacher Rach cannot hear you already.
But I also cannot quite hear you.
Teacher Rach, we cannot
Your
see you.
line is freaking. You cannot see me,
Yeah.
Oh, I got problem with my line.
And then now I can see you already, just now cannot. I think the IT, the network problem. Network is
I
lacking.
think network problem.
It keep disappearing today.
Okay.
Yeah. Like not very stable.
Not very stable. Hopefully the line when the recording should be okay. Okay, so proof number 3 and
Not
4
very stable, your line.
is just about living thing. Element, not living thing. Can you hear me? Can I? Oh, okay.
Can hear you, but we cannot see your slides now.
I haven't shared my
see your
slide. Now I
slides
share. Okay, I'm sharing my slide now. So 3 and 4, proof 3 and 4, I like to relate to proof 3 and 4. I like to relate to this one. B, the mind is living and the elements are rocks, chemicals. They are not living things. Okay, so that's how I connect that. You're lucky in your homework, they never ask you to write down the proof. But they just ask you to write down, give 3 reasons why the 3 characteristics don't come from the elements. Easy, right? They don't come from, because the 3 have to come from something earlier of a similar type. Mind is living, elements are not living thing. Okay, that's proof 3 and 4. Okay, and the last one, proof 5. Proof 5 and 6. I think it's only proof 5 here. Take the elements, they are not the cause of the tree, because there should never be the case where the element fail to cause the tree. If the element is the cause, then each time you put the elements together, you should pop that the mind should appear. You should cause a mind. You should cause the mind. So the elements are not the cause of the tree, because anytime you combine the elements or had an element alone, the mind would arise. They don't come from the elements because the mind, we are not able to create the mind, isn't it? In that way.
Yeah, teacher, this one cannot understand. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. This one, the elements is the most difficult to understand.
When we combine the elements, meaning that sometimes instead of having 4 elements at one go, you have 3 elements or you have 2 elements, is it?
Oh, no, what they're trying to say is that if the mind is coming, if those 3, or you just say if the mind come from those elements, in the previous class, we can look at it as all the elements or one element, okay? So if it is coming from all the elements, then each time we put all the elements together, we should be able to create a mind. But is that the situation? The scientists have been working very hard. People died, they tried to rearrange the atoms, restructure in such a way, but the mind still cannot come back. If the mind is really coming from the elements, when we combine the element, we put in whatever combination that we know of right now, then you should be able to create a mind. But that is not the case. So that gives us a question mark that they are not coming from the elements alone, even though when the mind starts, we see the four elements, they happen to be there, but they are the conditions, they are the kien, they are the secondary factor, but they are not the nyalan gigyu. Okay?
Take a look at the slide again. I'll read again.
Okay. Is this the one that you want to look at, or the proof number 5?
This one, the A.
Yeah. Anytime you combine the elements, if the elements are the cause for the mind, then each time we combine the elements, we put the elements together, we should have, a mind would arise. But that is not the case.
Okay, Ken already.
Okay, yeah.
If you just put a bracket, but that is not the case, then can understand.
Yeah. Okay. This is from the answer key. Yeah, probably sometimes I agree with that. Okay, so let's look at what we have to do for our memorization assignment. They asked you to memorize the brief form of the first Master Dharmakirti's argument. Yay, luckily only one. Okay, the first proof. Do you remember the first one? Do you remember the first one? They asked you to memorize the first one. Take those three. Yeah.
Take those 3.
Yeah.
Take those
Then
3.
double
things
not. Just now Emerald mentioned.
So, things do not not similar.
Come from something not similar. Can you see or not? They do not come from something not similar. 2 times not. Because the baby has it now. Think about the baby. That's what we observe. Okay, and that is your memorization assignment. And for meditation, actually you meditate on the 6th proof. You meditate on the 6th proof. So what we did was with my student, luckily, I think as a student, I didn't do my I don't know whether I got do it and also cannot remember. But because I need to teach the younger group. So what we did at night will be we meditate together. So we will meditate on the first proof, then first and second proof, then first, second, and third. That's how we accumulate. That helps me to memorize and remember. Like right now, I can remember that, you see. Yeah, if not, I don't think can remember for sure. I don't think. So how would you do that? I would suggest that maybe you can look at it, right? And then close it and then just meditate, Yeah, if you finish the first one, then you can open your eyes and look at the second one and then meditate, think about that. So we just go in that way. Otherwise, I don't think 1 to 6. I don't know if you can do it, go ahead. If you cannot, I give you an alternative way. Okay, that ends our class. Let me look at the chat. Yeah, I like what Lynn mentioned.